In the north-central Montana town of Havre, there are layers of old stories, all of them captivating, some wholesome, some illicit. If you walk Havre's neat modern streets, you probably won't find much that's unusual. But descend a staircase and you'll see. In our Montana moment, Kevin Mackey finds Havre beneath the streets.
In the late 1800s, Havre became a strategic spot on the map. James Hill's Great Northern Railway brought people from all over the world.
Havre is halfway between St. Paul, Minnesota and Seattle, Washington. So James Hill built a repair yard here.
Today, Havre is a family town and a hub of Montana's Highline. But in those days, it was a mix of language, culture, and a wide range of citizens who weren't always law-abiding.
Oh, just all kinds of criminal activity.
Many of the buildings in the downtown core aren't original from those days. They came after the fire of 1904.
We think there's just a couple of drunks, 3-4 drunks that started it. Retaliating against a bar owner.
It was January and the fire spread quickly. As so often happens in Havre in the wintertime, there was a Chinook wind and it took with it 60 buildings.
When the fire happened, everybody just went into the basements and life went on. There was steam passages everywhere, staircases all over, the basements were all connected.
Those basements are some of Havre's most popular landmarks. Every year on the first Saturday in June, friends of the museum dress in costume to portray what life must have been like down there. Mary Schubring is a tour guide for Havre Beneath the Streets. Our first stop underground is the Sporting Eagle Saloon.
Rough bar. A lot of people got hurt. It was a gambling hall. It was a drinking hall. I don't know. Everybody talked about being robbed coming out of there.
The bordello housed displaced prostitutes who lost everything in the fire. Mary says they were poor, older women who had nowhere to go.
Alcoholic, drug abusers, mentally unstable women. Pretty much end of life for ladies.
There's Long George's saddlery. Long George's saddle was built to accommodate his 6'6" frame.
Long George was a horse thief, a cattle thief, very colorful gentleman, likable. He just happened to be a horse thief.
The blacksmith shop was a busy and essential business. This is Shorty Young's office.
Shorty owned that brothel we came through.
He owned a lot of saloons.
He was a bootlegger.
Shorty was another character and a friend of Long George.
I think they were thieves together. I think there are a lot of things together.
One of the saddest sections is the opium den. Beneath the streets, the unsavory melded with the ordinary.
We were just such a mix, such an eclectic blend of people and places, good and not good, and that's all together.
There is a Chinese laundry, a funeral home. Imagine customers lined up to buy bread while it was still warm at the Gorley Brothers Underground Bakery. At the Fountain Barber Shop, you can almost smell the hair tonic and shaving cream. There would be special treats at the ice cream shop. Cynthia Harrison took the tour. She was moved by the seamy side of life, coexisting with everyday mundane.
Yes, and all kinds of people, but I really appreciated the ingenuity of having built the basements as part of the buildings that were up above and how they were put to use after the fire. That was terrific.
It took only a few years for the town to rebuild above ground. Some businesses remained below for a long time, but most ascended from those dark basements and moved on, leaving that subterranean world to memory. Kevin Mackey, NBC, Montana.